Morning. Welcome to my favourite gadgets for the campervan. So if you can see, we've got quite a selection to talk about. First of all, we have my little power bank. I do have a bigger version of this, but this one is the most useful. It's only 600 watt output, but it powers all these. So it's handy for taking anywhere, it's quite light. And we have my little cook pot, which you've seen on another video on I got some new gadgets. If you want to go on that video and have a look at it me actually cooking in it, it's quite good. We have my little kettle, so it boils enough for 2 cups of tea. I really like that. I have my rice cooker. That's brilliant, that is. So all them 3 are on the other video. So what's new, my bigger VTOMAN, my VTOMAN 1000, and it's got an extra 1500 battery. And I use that in the awning a lot for fans. It's going to come in useful when we finally get away and have the air conditioning unit I bought the other day. That is on a video if you want to go and have a look at that. But why we're outside and not in the camper van, you might ask, is my camper van broke down on me on Friday, and it's still at the garage and it's going to be there a while. I need a new gearbox. So not very good, but we sit in the garden instead. What is new is this little device for boiling eggs, and you can do omelettes. So you need that one for poaching, that one for an omelette. And I suppose you could do scrambled on that one as well if you've got a spoon. You get a little thing for how much water to put in. I have got one of them for the rice cooker, but that's in the camper van. But it's very similar to this, so you just fill it up to the amount of water and then you put the same amount of rice in, and that does that. The next thing over here is like a hot plate. I've not used that very often because when I ordered it off Amazon UK, but it came as not a UK plug. So I've got the adapter and it does work, but I've not really had much need to use it. So when me and my sister go hiking, when we come back we have soup. So I do it in this. It's dead quick. My little power station is just behind my seat. Plug it in, plug the kettle in, so it heats the soup really quick, and we can have soup and a roll within a few minutes, and a cup of tea or coffee, all done. I haven't got to get out, switch the gas on, and then remember to switch it off again. This is the VTOMAN 1000, so I have the solar panel to go with it. I've not brought the extra battery down. It's the same size as this, but it's a 1500, and it's got nothing on the front, so it's just like a blank case. The big one has a light on the back, if I've got to turn it around for you to see. So switch the light on, same, that pulls 7 watts for the light, so I can have that on in the awning if I need to. Flashes a bit more brighter, and it does a flash as well. The brighter it is, the more watts it pulls. So if we go back down to the brighter one, I think I saw it's 15 watts on the brighter light. So we switch that off. But if we switch this off here, these sockets, well, just before we switch them off, we see it still says 5 watts. These 2 power sockets, when you switch them on, take 5 watts on their own before you plug anything in. So once we switch it off, there it is, it's gone. I've got my USB, if I switch that off, all gone. So you've just left with the capacity of the battery, how long you've got left, 91%. So this is the 1000, and you've got the same thing on the back. Got your lights on the back. So this is all my kitchen equipment and how I power it in the awning or in the camper van. So the power stations are like most other power stations. There's lots of different makes. So you've got your normal plug sockets here. You've got your different USBs and your USB-C, is it? And a quick charge at the bottom here. 12 volt solar panel input. You can get 2 solar panels to fit into there. Oh, there's your USB-Cs on that one. You can start your battery on the car with it as well. It's got a jump start. Sorry, that one. That one's a jump start. This one's for the extra battery. You just plug it in to there, the extra battery. So we just press any button to power it up. So we've got how much capacity it is, and there will be how much it's using, and there will be how much wattage it's taking. So if I plug the kettle in, we'll show you using the kettle. So you can see on the front of this kettle, you've got 1 or 2 cups. So we will just fill it up for 1 cup. And we need to switch it on. Each one of these different, where the yellow lines are, you have to press to activate them. So you press it once just to start it off, so you get the lights on, and then you have to press again. We will switch the kettle on. It's pulling 512 watts for the kettle. So I plugged it into the little one just to prove that the little one will boil a kettle as well. So it's just over 500 watts. This will put out 600 watts. So that's it boiling on the little one. And that's not took no time at all, just why I've been showing you everything. So now I'm going to try this for the first time. You have to put different levels of water for how you want your eggs. So if you want a hard-boiled egg, then you have to fill it to the top. So we will do a hard-boiled egg. I'll tip that in there. And then we put this on top. So put the egg in the middle. Put the lid on. Right, we haven't got lots of reflections because the sun's just come out. As soon as we're outside, let me just move that back so I can plug this in. Just switched it on. There we are. That draws 279 watts, so that is perfectly adequate for the small VTOMAN as well as the big VTOMAN. So I've set my phone on an alarm for 9.5 minutes for a hard-boiled egg. So there's a little tiny hole there. Ouch, yes, that's letting the steam out. And I can see that it's all bubbling. You probably can't because of all the condensation. But I mean, the table's glass and it's only warm from the sun. It's not warm from the bottom, so you haven't got to worry what you stand it on. So where I said the hot steam comes out, there is a little warning label here, look, you can see. And it says hot steam, and it is hot that's coming out of there. So this egg should be just about done. I think the timer should be going off any minute. There we are, that's my timer going off. So now we can get rid of the phone and just switch it off on this little button at the front and take the top off. And switch the VTOMAN off as well. So there we have a hard-boiled egg. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you could put 7 eggs in there. So we'll see if we can break this open. Look at that, hard boiled. Really nice. So I'm just going to eat that now. This is a YQ105, probably from China, and it wasn't ever so expensive. I think I got it off Amazon again. So you just turn it and it will just go click to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. So you've got quite a range. My little pan that I normally use with this is in the camper van, and like I said, it's at the garage at the minute, so I'll have to go in the house and try and find a pan that might fit on it to test it out. So we'll put some water in this pan, just a little bit, not too much, so it'll boil pretty quickly. And then, like I said before, I've had to buy an adapter for it. Now that's gone in there. I'll switch it on. And we have got the normal 5 watts because this is not switched on yet. So we'll switch it on. We'll just put it on 1. You have to be careful actually when you switch it up and down, because if you touch this bit just here, you're going to burn your fingers. So it is pulling on number 1, 407 watts. So that still would work on the little VTOMAN. And I have used it on the little VTOMAN. So now we're going to turn it up. So I don't know whether you can see this, I've put my stopwatch on. So we'll see how long it takes to boil that little bit of water. It's not that much. When that is boiling, I'll show you this one. This one's got only 2 settings. And you can fry stuff on there, which I've done. So I've fried bacon in there, as well as warming soup up. And it's got a little vent hole. And your cable, power cable, where is it? Goes in here. You can say that's a rolling boil. We're on about 8 minutes. So if I wanted to boil water, I'd use a kettle. So the rice maker is really one of my favourites. It only takes 100 watts and it's easy to follow, even though it's in Chinese or Japanese, whichever. On, off, easy. The lights come on when you press to whichever. So it's not hard to fathom out, even though we did look it up on a translator to find out which button did what. So inside, just normal pot, and you've got this extra bit, and I put vegetables in the top of there. So I've got rice in there, vegetables in the top of there, stick it on, put the appropriate rice to water, put your lid on, switch it on, and when it goes to green, it starts off as red, and when it goes to green, it's cooked. Simple. Really efficient as well, doesn't take very long. And you've got your rice and vegetables. Besides the kettle, so I add the kettle in as well, are my total favourite cooking devices. So these get used the most. The kettle and this little hot pot, followed by the rice cooker, just depending what I am having for my dinner or whatever when I'm in the camper van. And the most used out of the 2 power stations is a small one, which is quite surprising because it's lighter to pick up. This is really heavy. So if I'm only going for a weekend or the day, I take this. The big one I mostly use in the awning, and in the summer when the dogs are with me, if we've gone away for a weekend, because we have to use the fans a lot. So this will run all my fans for the dogs, And now I have got the new air conditioning unit. It will be helping to run that as well. Next is my favourite lighting gadgets. So we have, these are new. They, if you switch them on, you can have them on auto or just switched on. These two little lights were from Amazon, and if you can see, you've got a little switch there to switch them on to auto, on all the time or off, and then you've got your charging there, and then you've got your sensor on the front, and on the back you've got a piece of metal, and it comes with sticky stuff to stick this, so you can stick this anywhere. So if you wanted to stick it onto wood or anything else that you wanted to stick it onto, under your kitchen cabinets, like that, just stick that on and then that just snaps on. Oh, yeah. So I don't get no money or anything for any advertising. These are just all bought with my own money, and if I tell you about them, then you can go just to Amazon and get them. I don't get any money from Amazon at all. So I normally have these stuck on the fridge, and then when we've got the awning up, I just go and take them outside and stick them on the outside of the van, and then it helps to light the little walkway between the van and the awning, because we've got an awning, driveway awning, that's got like a little walkway, and then it's like a proper tent after that. So these are quite good for just put them all on auto, and then every time you walk into that little walkway when it's dark, they come on. So these are brill. And I've had lots of different head torches, but this silver one is my favourite. I really like this one. This one's newish. The button's on the side there. It's adjustable up and down. This has really been handy, this head torch. So we'll not shine it straight at you. So we've got normal, all the different types of settings. So it just keeps going round every time you press it, and then you have to press and hold for it to go off. There we are, it's gone off. So on the back, that's where you charge the battery. It just slides out and connects with this. So you can charge that up away from the actual light, take it in and connect it to one of these. So that just slides in there, and then you stick it on your head, and then you can walk around the campsite, or I can run with it in the woods with the dogs at night, and or if like I'm in hostels and stuff and I want to go to the toilet and it's pitch black, I can just turn it down, switch it on, get the low mode. There's not a red on this, some have red, and then I can walk to the toilet without disturbing anybody. So it is quite handy, and I like this swivel. Well, I was just about to shout at Daddy for letting you out when he knows I'm videoing, but you've let yourself out again. You can open doors, can't you? You're naughty. And this, I really like this. This is for that I hang up in the awning or hang up in my tent. You can use it as a power station, so I could charge my phone off it if I needed to. And this is by EcoFlow. I got this as a free gift when I signed up and ordered and bought my EcoFlow Wave 2. And if you became a member, you got a free gift. This is where you can plug your USBs in. It's got a USB and a USB-C on each side, so you can charge it up and you can use it as a power bank. So there's the bigger one on that side. So this is quite good. You just press it at the back. Oh, there we are. It's got different functions. So you've got your normal light, you've got a different coloured light, you've got a bit lower voltage light, and then you've got this spotlight. So when he hangs down, you could just have it hanging above your laptop if you didn't want to disturb anybody else in the awning or in the camper van or in your tent or whatever, or just wanted a directional light and a flash. It's got magnets on the back, so this is going to be handy for my tent when I go camping, or in the awning, or I can stick it on the side of the van and it can shine into the awning as well. So lots of options, really like that. Most of the stuff I've shown you today came from Amazon. The VTOMANs, one came from Amazon, the other one came from VTOMAN themselves. Most of the cooking, in fact all of the cooking stuff came from Amazon. So if you're interested in any of the products I've shown you, then you just have to go on Amazon and see if you can find them. So after all the rain we've had this last few days, the sun's finally come out, so I might be able to get some gardening jobs done. I've got Mark working up the garden at the minute. He's off till work till tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and see you next time.